Welcome back to HuffPost Live. I'm Nancy Red, and I can't think of a better way to introduce this topic that we're talking about today than by showing you the key article that inspired it. Let's go to the blog where we have Rebecca DiLiberto, Why You Can Have Everything You Want, Even Though You're Fat. I think this is an incredible way to begin the conversation. Nothing more needs to be said. So joining me to talk about whether or not we can have our cake and eat it too without guilt, we have in studio Asia Monet, who is a lovely plus-size model and the face of the Ashley Stewart campaign, one of the newest faces. In our Google Hangout, we are fortunate enough to have Gregg McBride, who's a screenwriter and a blogger for JustStopEatingSoMuch.com. We have Judy Silk, a HuffPost blogger and stand-up comic. We have Rebecca DiLiberto, who, as we said before, is the person who wrote the article that inspired this conversation, is the producer and executive editor for The Ricki Lake Show. We have Stephanie Hood, a fabulous HuffPost Live community member, veteran, and mother. And we also have Whitney Smith, founder of girlsforachange.org.
This is me 250 pounds ago.
Wow.
Wow.
And I kind of am half and half, no coffee-related pun intended. But on this topic, I love what Rebecca's saying. And I actually think that to make any change in your life, whether it's to become a successful model, whether it's to lose weight, whether it's to blog for Huffington Post, whatever it is, you've got to get to that set point that Rebecca talks about in her piece. And I love it. It's very motivational, and you can apply her great sense of humor and outlook to any goal you have. But I also think that if you truly achieve that mindset, which you can see in Rebecca's flow right there, I think if you achieve that, you're going to find that then the weight does start to melt away.
You wrote this great article that's been getting a lot of buzz, so much interest, and you and I have a similar background because I live in Los Angeles. I've been there for the past 6 years, but this isn't just a Hollywood issue. This is something that women across the world are facing, and you got a lot of emotional responses to your column. Tell me a little bit about what inspired you to write this.
I wrote this because finally, after waiting so many years to sort of start my life, you know, whether it was get the boyfriend that I wanted, be skinny enough for him, get the job I wanted, be skinny enough for that, I just finally decided it was time to stop waiting. And I was amazed at how when I opened myself to all the stuff that I'd always wanted, it actually came to me, and I realized I was the one who had been limiting myself, not other people.
I have known you for going on 6 or 7 years now because you were one of the first people who responded when I wanted to do a body book about healthy women of all shapes and sizes and not just size 0. You responded and were part of Body Drama, and you've been showing your beautiful self ever since. Tell me about why it wasn't hard for you to not wait.
You know, I feel like I had to really push against what society was saying about my body and my image and how I should feel. When I woke up and I looked in the mirror, I felt like a beautiful woman. I felt there was nothing wrong with me. I felt like I wanted everyone else to feel how I feel. I think everyone should basically, you know, let the world fall in love with you. You have to first fall in love with yourself. And I did, and then the rest of the world followed.
I used to be a total fitness freak. I would run 6 miles a day. I'd lift weights 2 hours a day. I loved it. I lived for working out. Then I got ill, and that slowed me down a little bit. I stayed that way, totally just exercise every minute I could get in a day. Even though I had 2 children and I was working full-time and going to school, exercise was my life. But then I got hurt and was put in a cast for over 2 years. And so you can't go from running 6 miles a day or doing 2 aerobic classes a day to just stop and not gain weight. I've gained 60 pounds in 3 years. Not only has the injury caught up with me, but my illness caught up with me, which helped contribute to that and has caused heart damage now. The most I'm allowed to do is walk, and I just got clearance for that a month ago. So it's annoying at the weight I've gained. I haven't even put on a pair of jeans in a year. I'm not waiting, as Rebecca had talked about, but I am still trying to get used to the size that I am.
Whitney, I know you work with girls around the world of all types, all backgrounds, all shapes, all sizes. How important is this message?
This message is so important, Nancy. 42% of 1st to 3rd grade girls want to be thinner, and 81% of 10-year-olds are afraid of getting fat. So what we're telling our young people is that to be of not size 2, size 4, even a size 6 means that you're less than, and we need to stop sending that message. Girls need to know, and boys need to know, that loving yourself is where it starts, and it also means to pursue health, not weight goals.
Fat and happy, they didn't get that expression out of thin air, and you were delighted to see people like Asia, at companies like Ashley Stewart, embracing plus-size fashion. Why is that?
I've definitely changed sizes over the years. I've gone up and down, I've had 2 kids, and I feel like right now I have to be a model for my 2 kids, one of whom is in college, and she's thin as a rail and she thinks she's fat. And being happy or being content is also a moving target. Some days you're going to feel good regardless of your size. Some days somebody's going to slight you and you're going to feel bad about yourself. So I want my kids and I want people to understand that happiness isn't a constant. Self-acceptance is an ongoing process, and there's so many components to it.